Hi, I am live for the first time, live on YouTube. This is Jennie Walker, and I am owner of JennieGirl's Closet, which is a reselling and styling business based in Pasadena, California. I am also co-owner of Walker Viden Luxury Consignment, a luxury store in Pasadena, California. And I'm here live for the first time. And all right, so I have an itch on my nose. Not sure anything looks okay, but so yeah, I'm finally going live. I have not been live. I've been working on my Apple iTunes podcast. If you go over there, there's tons of content under the title Closet Conversations. I've been basically hiding so no one could see me. It's just working with the microphone, doing all those podcasts. I honestly don't know where to look here, and now my nose is itching. So no, this will be funny. So yeah, my nose is itching. Okay, great. A great way to introduce you to me. I am planning to do many more of these. Is it a podcast? Is it a live show? I don't know what to call it here on YouTube, but here to share content and my knowledge with you and my experiences starting a business. And hopefully there'll be some information that you'll find interesting. We will see. And so, yeah, so right now I have only about 60 subscribers, I think, on my YouTube channel. So I'm just starting, and I hope to grow that significantly. And of course, to do that, I've got to get on here and start talking. So here I am. Now, behind me are some interesting things. I'll just point out this photograph. It's not even a photograph. It's painting / artwork. It was something that I got back in 2008 when I was living in California for a short time, and I was an extra in some movie or something like that. And the lot was having a sale. And now, even then, I've always been buying and reselling. I was buying all of my wardrobe, acting wardrobe in Goodwill and things like that. So I was still buying and reselling. But anyway, this is something that I bought at the lot sale. And I have no idea what it's from. It was just the most interesting piece that I saw on the wall. And I thought, I will see if I can get that home. So even though I had a receipt where I bought it, getting out of the lot through security was really pretty funny, if you can imagine, the Warner Brothers lot. But anyway, it'd be fun to know what that show was it was used on. I have no idea. I just always liked it, and it's been with me. And also behind me is, excuse me, again, I'm itching. So is this Moschino jacket, and that is from a season or two ago. That is Moschino piece. I am a vintage Moschino collector. I'm not saying that is vintage by any stretch of imagination. It's just a few seasons old. Technically vintage by our standards now, but I actually have vintage pieces back from the 80s and 90s, and I am a specialist in that brand. So anything you want vintage Moschino, I'm your girl. And I have just racks and racks, hundreds of pieces of it here in my showroom in Pasadena. And I work with stylists and people who want to dress celebrities, and they put them in this Moschino, and off they go. So I'm not here to talk about Moschino. I'm here to talk about the new Poshmark affiliate program. So there's been not a lot on YouTube about the program, so I thought I better get on here and share what I know. So in November of last year, I received an email from Poshmark asking if I wanted to potentially see if I qualified for the Poshmark affiliate program. The criteria at that time was to have 30,000 YouTube followers, 10,000 Twitter followers, or 10,000 Instagram followers, or 5,000 Twitter followers to join. And that's all it said. And I thought, well, I have almost 5,000 Twitter followers. That's just the one platform I always enjoyed, and I've spent time with. So I connected that. And then end of February this year, 2019, I got an email saying, hey, you want to join the affiliate program? But at this point, they changed it a little bit. The criteria was no longer as strict as it was before. Now it was you could join if you were an ambassador, or you had 5,000 followers, on YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter. So I definitely would have qualified because I'm a Poshmark ambassador, but whether or not they qualified me just on that, or if I had, because I had almost 5,000 YouTube followers, I mean, 5,000, gosh, this live stuff is hard. 5,000 Twitter followers, I will never know. But based on what I know, I'm sure it was because I'm an ambassador owner. So I thought that was great. It was really cool. And so I agreed and accepted the terms and went to see the first, what do you call it, opportunity that was up there, which was to give a YouTube video with the top 5 ways to make money on Poshmark. You'd be compensated, I think, $10 or $20. And there was a deadline to get it done, which, and I've not actually done it yet, but there's certain criteria that you have to meet in the video, and talking points that they want you to have. And then, of course, you have to disclose that it is indeed a Poshmark paid ad. So I read all that, and because I've been trying to get my YouTube channel off the ground anyway, I thought, well, this is something to kind of push me to get me started. And so the reason I'm talking to you now is I figured out how to go live on YouTube. Figured out how to do that. So that was part 1 in being able to meet the criteria to do this video. So I have now figured out how to go live. So I'll be able to do the video that they have selected for me. Now, I wasn't asked to do anything else, probably because I had not connected any of my other social media when they started the program. I have since done that. So essentially the program is every 90 days, you can get an opportunity to do a paid ad for Poshmark on Instagram, potentially Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Based on your number of followers will be the campaign that is sent to you. So because I have almost no followers on YouTube, like 60, I think, is why I got the $0 to $5,000 YouTube follower range on mine. And so I understand that other people have gotten opportunities to do things on Instagram, and the pay was a little different. And I think it has to do with the number of people that are going to be watching you. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what happened. Now, there was a number of people in the reselling community who were talking about whether or not this made financial sense for them. And that would be people who have large followings on social media, and where taking $10, $20 to do this program wouldn't make financial sense to them, not because they wouldn't be interested in talking about Poshmark and how great it is, but because one of the qualities that you have to do to your video or your post is to add the affiliate link to Poshmark, and it has to be up there for 3 days. So for people who have a heavy social media following, 3 days without having your own links up there is going to hurt you financially. And so that is the reason people have cited that it doesn't make sense for them, is simply because I'll lose money, and I can understand that. But that doesn't impact me because I don't have enough followers. So for someone like me, it's a great opportunity to get up there and, you know, give some feedback and tell my thoughts and see if I can hit the criteria. Now, I have watched, gosh, I guess my hair's getting in the way. Ugh. Okay, so I have watched some of these videos, and you know, I'm a little nervous just talking right now to you. But anyway, so I've watched some of these videos, and I have new appreciation for people who can actually get up here and do this now that I'm doing it. Anyway, so I've seen some of these videos, and one that I saw, I don't know the girl's name, but it was so unnatural. It's almost like you can tell it's scripted. You can tell that someone is mentally trying to hit certain points in their talking. And so it doesn't come across as natural as it would if someone would just be saying to you, hey, here are the 10 ways to make money about Poshmark. You'd be so easy and relaxed about it. Where when you're trying to follow a script or make sure you are hitting certain criteria that's required, that's going to make you less at ease on camera, at least in the beginning. So I didn't like the fact that you can tell that these are paid ads. I mean, you can tell they're paid ads regardless of if the person is saying they're paid for or if there's a hashtag that it's an advertisement. Just by the way that they're talking, you can tell that this is what this is. And a friend of mine who's a big social media influencer is in this field. She gets real money for real posts to real audience. And whenever she does one for certain products, I'm like, I know that's a paid one because I know her. I know her, and that's the person I'm seeing is not the person that I know her to be. This is the person who's like talking about this product. So that's just something I happen to know, and I think perhaps that might translate. I don't know. So anyway, I think the Poshmark affiliate program is a terrific idea, certainly for new people who are trying to get into the social media space, who are trying to build a following, who want to start being a part of this. I think it's a fantastic idea. What concerns me is that the more seasoned people who usually do videos may not choose to participate. And so we won't get to see them show their example of how they do it. That's a missed opportunity. And we won't obviously get to hear their wisdom on this particular topic, but hopefully they've got a million other videos out there. And from what I know, many of them do, that will give us the same information. So so that's the new Poshmark affiliate program, and I think that there's nothing but a good news in it. Now, there was some question on whether or not the money you were getting was a site credit or was it cash, because the wording was a bit odd. And so I did email Poshmark, and they have confirmed you get cash, like cash you can transfer to your bank. So that's fantastic news. Just because you may not find anything on the site you want to buy, you might want to, get a beer down the street. I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, so that's what that's about. Try to think if there's anything else to talk about. We know that it's just started. We know that, I know what I wanted to say. Okay. So it's been out like a couple of weeks now. And when I checked a few days ago, there were only 9 videos that had been done with the hashtag Posh affiliate or Poshmark affiliate, which is one of the criteria you have to have on YouTube. And then I just searched the title, and I just couldn't find any content. And 9 people out of 40 million users and 5 million sellers, some of which the 5 million sellers are ambassadors. We don't know how many, but if that's, million people or 500,000 people, the fact that only 9 people would have to date done that video, I think is that is not good. And it could be they just haven't gotten around to it like me, but they didn't flock. They didn't flock to YouTube and have hundreds and hundreds of videos out there. And so I'm not sure why that is. And I'm sure they're asking themselves, well, why is it no one's done it yet? In my case, I just did set up my YouTube today and figure out how to do the YouTube live. And so for me, now that I have figured this out, I'll be able to do videos in the future where I can talk about all of this. And what's interesting is someone's actually watching. Hello. They went away. Oh, wow. They went away as soon as they came in. That is wild. So someone actually did click in to the live. So I wasn't talking to myself this whole time. There was exactly one person after about the 12-minute mark that did come in for a moment. Apparently I wasn't saying anything too exciting, so they left. Oh, okay. So where was I? Oh, I lost my train of thought. It was not something I wanted to do. I did lose my train of thought. So anyway, can't remember. So anyway, that is why doing live is so hard, because I cannot think of what to say, and I don't have a script here. But anyway, the Poshmark affiliate. So there were only 9 or 10 videos out there, and so I'm not sure why it is. I do think it's probably because the compensation was very low. I think people have waited to do it, and I will be doing mine just to Oh, wow. There's actually Flippin' Hustler. Hello. Let me see if I can know how to, I don't even know how to do this. Hello. Did you get that? Flippin' Hustler. Flippin' Hustler, you are the first person to be on my live. And hello, reseller. And thank you for joining my first live YouTube on that's so awesome. So you're the winner. I don't know what you win other than my gratitude. Thank you for tuning in. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've put this off and put this off, and now I have my first live, and someone actually yeah, woohoo. Someone actually came. Oh my God. So Flippin' Hustler. Yeah, I think I've seen some of your videos. And I think we met early on. I think we were following each other when I think I'm up to like 60 subscribers. Am I doing okay? You're very sweet. You're very sweet. See, actually, like think I can type back. Okay, you're sweet. It's so funny. It's like easier to just say it than type it. Anyway, so Flippin' Hustler, let's talk because there's no one on here but you. So hello. How are you doing? And yeah, I'm here doing this live thing. So I'm not alone though. I have my friends back here on the thing. How are your sales? My sales where on eBay or Poshmark? Because I sell in both places. Let's see what he says. Which one? eBay or Poshmark? How are my sales? Both. Okay. All right. So I have two businesses. I have a reselling and styling business called JennieGirl's Closet, which is on Poshmark and eBay. And I also co-own Walker Viden Luxury Consignment, which is a consignment shop in Pasadena, and it's only on eBay. We just started the Poshmark channel. Let me tell you how great eBay is. For our luxury consignment shop, it is literally 50% of our business is online. Some months it's been 60. And I was really lucky because in the beginning when we opened the store, because I'd already been online on eBay, we've been open about 2.5 years. I said to my business partner, let's put everything online, for the store. And I wasn't thinking about it as something strategic. I was doing it and I thought, well, this is something that we need to be doing. And I know that the software that we use for our store has the ability to have an eBay component. So we did that from the beginning. It is the single reason we did not go under. The single reason a new business, brand new, 0 sales, 0 customers, is thriving in almost 3 years is because we were on eBay. Simply put, without it, we would have failed. Yeah. So it's great. eBay, we love eBay. We do the global selling program. It's just great. It's just fantastic. For my styling business, eBay's been fantastic. I did expand over to Poshmark just to give it a try. And when I went over to Poshmark, it was because my sales were slowing on eBay. And I thought, well, why don't I try a second platform just to see if I couldn't get something going? And sure enough, I start, as with everyone, it's slow getting starting on Poshmark, but I've made, I think, about 14,000 now on Poshmark so far. And that's not selling very many items because I have sold $1,000 shoes. I've sold $1,000 handbags, a $1,200 coat, that kind of thing. So I didn't get to that number by selling a bunch of $10 items, although I have sold $10 items. I've sold $7 items on Poshmark. But my things are really different and unique, sort of like this coat back here. You can see I have really different kinds of pieces, so it takes a special person to want them. So yeah, I'm doing great. It is all about online, and if someone's not online and they're a consignment shop, they are missing out. Absolutely. So yeah, well, thanks for asking. So now, Flippin' Hustler, do you sell only on eBay, or do you do Poshmark as well? You say eBay on there. I'm going to see if Flippin' Hustler is going to answer because we have quiet time on me. YouTube live. I love to hear you are crushing it. I love how guys always use the word crushing, like they've been crushed or you're crushing it. It's like a word you never hear a woman say too much. I am crushing it, dude. I am crushing it, flipping hustler. But I want to do better. And I study, okay, only on eBay. I study the industry nonstop. I have a podcast on iTunes called Closet Conversations. I'm about to start interviewing a lot of top people in the reselling consignment business for that channel. But yeah, I study nonstop. As a matter of fact, here's something I learned. And now this, I can't believe. So in my consignment shop, there's a lot of things that I notice about what sells and trends. And so when we opened 2.5 years ago, there was this huge focus on Gucci. And I couldn't understand why people would come into the store and say, do you have any Gucci belts? Do you have any Gucci this? It was all about Gucci, more so, even more than Chanel and Louis Vuitton. And just yesterday, I read an article where it said Gucci in 2015 discontinued doing sales in their stores. So there are no more markdowns. So they became just like Louis Vuitton and just like an Hermes. So there are no markdowns anymore. And so that explains why there's such a fascination with Gucci right now, because you can't get it on sale. Now you could go to the outlet mall because they still have Gucci outlets, but they don't mark down in the store anymore. And if I'd have known that 2.5 years ago, I can guarantee you I would have doubled the prices on all of the Gucci that we sold. So that's something that I missed, probably because that year I was busy moving to Pasadena from New York City. But that one little piece of info, you know, this says everything. I tried Posh last summer briefly. I couldn't get into the sharing. Oh yeah, that sharing is, it's like playing a video game app, because there's no other way to describe it. If you're not active on that site and gathering followers, it just doesn't seem to work. But do not lose faith, because I've got about almost 82,000 followers now on Poshmark. And once you kind of get into the groove and challenge yourself, oh, I want my first 10,000 followers, or I'll get to 15 and can't wait to get to 20. You know, it's just like gathering followers on YouTube. I mean, you do the things that are required by following other people and doing the methodology. And I've heard people say on YouTube, followers do not equal sales. Disagree. I got 81,000 followers now, and I exponentially, my sales have improved as a result. I'm selling just about every single day, multiple items. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah. So I still have one viewer, Flippin' Hustler, that's you. Let's see, what else can I ask you? My channel is growing slowly. Excellent. Slow and steady. That's the way it should be. Absolutely. So how many subscribers do you have on your channel? Because I have 60 subscribers to date, unless someone has fallen off. So I have 60. I do a lot of live working shows. What does that mean? You mean like a day in the life of? 725. Oh, you are crushing it. You're crushing it with your subscribers. Dude, that's great. 724. You have exactly, what, 1,000% more than I do. That's terrific. You'll be hitting that 1,000 benchmark very soon. That's awesome. So what kind of content do you find people like listening to? And how long did it take you to be comfortable? Because I'm so nervous. I'm nervous, and like, you know, let's see, does that, surely you haven't done 724 videos yet, but who knows? I don't know how long it took you to get there. So let's see. What topics do you talk about on video? People just like to watch me work and be myself. Okay. Well, there you go. Now, but my thing would be, I would be happy to do a day in the life of. It's not very, to me, it's not very exciting. But How do you, I don't understand who would feel, I feel like I need a second person who would like film me from afar versus me trying to film myself. I sing, you sing? Seriously? You want to do a duet? Because I sing as well. We could do a duet. Flippin' Hustler and JennieGirl over here do duet. Oh yeah, I'm a singer. I got an album on iTunes. I'm not even kidding. It's called Night Flight to London. I did it with a top producer named Tommy Farragher. And it's an award-winning album. Yeah, I was... now you got me. I wouldn't plan to talk about it. 2011 winner. And wait, take a look at my channel. Hold on, I'm gonna look right now. I think I've subscribed to your channel. Take a look at my channel. I don't know how to do that now, but I will. I think I subscribed to your channel. I do. Absolutely. So anyway, yeah, hours and hours of live stuff. So how did you feel when you got your first viewer? Because like I'm crushing it. I got one person watching me. I got one viewer, man. This is awesome. If I keep this up, there might be two. This is great. Hours and hours of live stuff. Well, yeah, it's hard to know what to talk about. And I can see how the feed, click on the three dots to the right of my name. All right, I'm going to do that. It says report. I don't want to do that. Remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, add moderator. That's all I got. It's not taking me anywhere. Let me click on your name. See if that's doing it. Yeah. Click on the three dots. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hide user. No. Put user in timeout. It's like a kid. You put him in timeout. Remove, report, and add moderator. That's all I got. They are not letting me. They're not taking me to your channel, but I think I already subscribed. I know I must because, well, I'm not sure actually. I think I do, but I'll check. Flippin' Hustler. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that the live is working for you. So give me 32 seconds. Okay. Yeah, sure. That'd be great. Okay. Let's see if I can handle this. I'm going to have more resellers. Yeah, absolutely. I've been on 27 minutes. Yeah. This is what live on YouTube is all about. Okay. Yeah, it makes you very self-conscious. Makes you wonder if your hair looks good and if your makeup's all on. This is like, this is something else. So yeah, so for those of you who are watching, and that's exactly one person, Flippin' Hustler, you're watching the live. He's walking me through how to do this because he's a mensch. He is awesome. He's helping me out with my, oh wow, I see two people. Flippin' Hustler, you rock. There are actually two people watching now. My first live. This is fantastic. So whoever this other person is, I'd love for you to type something because I'm new to the YouTube live and Flippin' Hustler is helping me figure out how to do this. So that'd be great. Awesome. Two people. You're crushing it, Flippin'. I got two people watching you and one more. This is great. It's absolutely great. Absolutely. So for whoever else is watching this, this is my first live on YouTube. I am, my name is Jennie Walker. I have reselling a business called JennieGirl's Closet, which is also a styling business. I work with stylists and celebrities, and I get clothes like this thing on people you've heard of. And I'm here in Pasadena, California with a showroom. And I also, it's pretty late, but I put the word out. Oh, you're awesome. Well, it got at least one person to tune in, so that was really good. So yeah, it's being repetitive. It's pretty late. It is, what time is it? Yeah, 10:36 on the West Coast. So you must not be on the, are you on the West Coast or the East Coast? Or in the middle? Let's see. I got my first thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever you are. Okay. Hey, Todd. Oh, Todd, I'm here. So Todd, is that your name, Flippin' Hustler? That must be your name then. Joanna Parrish. Hello, Joanna Parrish. Thank you for joining in. Welcome. All right, that is Todd. That's your name. I'm, doing my detective work. So Todd is Flippin' Hustler, and Joanna is here because she got the word from Todd. Thank you, Joanna, for being here. Sub-bud, okay. Not sure what that means, but subscription buddy. Yes, I am Todd Rendon. Well, nice to meet you. So Joanna, are you a reseller? Because unfortunately, I wish you would say who people, like a little blurb like to the side, but I'm assuming you're a reseller if you're watching. Let's see. Wait for Joanna to write something. Maybe she will. I know she. What is your channel about? Yes, but I do live cooking and food Hey, there's there. Okay, great. Yes, my channel, Joanna, is about reselling, consignment, and styling. I am a professional stylist, and I'm a professional reseller with a showroom here in Pasadena, California. But what makes me a little different is I also co-own a luxury consignment shop here in Pasadena, which has a physical storefront. But both of my businesses are online as well. So online on eBay and online on Poshmark. So I'm going to be talking all about what I know about opening up and running a consignment shop, everything I've learned about styling and working with celebrities and stylists, everything I know about reselling, anything you can think of. I'm in this 24/7. I have one of the largest vintage Moschino collections in California, hundreds of pieces here that I loan out and sell also to celebrities and stylists. So that's what it's going to be about. And how to answer questions. I just have a slightly different perspective because I also have this consignment shop and also have a brick and mortar, which I think gives me I'm just in all this 24/7. Let's see, Rosie's Closet. Thanks for the invite, Todd. Thank you, Rosie, for being here. I'm assuming your name is Rosie if you have Rosie's Closet, but it might be. Hi, Valerie. Let's see. Gosh, y'all all know each other. Hickory Springs. Hickory Springs. Hey, ladies. I need more beer. Rounding up my friends. You are Todd. This is amazing. Thank you so much. So Todd, if we ever meet at some event, I'll buy you a drink for getting my first group of live video watchers here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Rosie's Closet. I'm Crystal, but you can call me Rosie or Crystal. Well, Crystal, hello. Rosie's Closet. So are you on eBay or Poshmark or how do you sell? I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, Ember. Oh, good grief. Now, do you use Hickory Springs? I don't know what your name is. You're Valerie. Valerie, do you use this new thing called Sellhound that pushes your listing to all those platforms at once, or do you do it one at a time? First time. This is awesome turnout. Joanna, Posh and eBay. Okay. So Rosie, do you like Posh? I'm assuming you were on eBay first and then on Posh second. Love Sellhound for checking comps. Have you used Sellhound to actually push out listings? Do they offer that feature yet? Because I do all my own listings. Okay. Well, Sellhound is going to have where you can pay a fee. I think it's like $1.50 and per listing, and you have your listing that you can then push wherever you want to push it. Let's see, Posh is my main platform, eBay second. Okay, Rosie's. Well, Rosie, I will look for you. And are you Rosie's Closet on Poshmark? Is that what you are? Because I'm going to follow you. I can do it right now because that's what we could do here. I'm going to go into my Poshmark. Now, my Poshmark, this is me on Poshmark, is... see, Jennie Girl's Claws. That's me on Poshmark. Okay. Jennie Girl's Claws. Yeah, I will follow. I follow back everybody. So anyone who can follow me there at Jennie Girls Claws, Poshmark, and on eBay, Closet on eBay. It's the whole thing spelled out. Yeah, and I'm on Instagram as well, Jennie Girls Closet, and I will follow everyone back. Hickory Springs everywhere. I've sold lots of good stuff from now. Joanna, I went to the bins for the first time in December, and I've never been to the bins. I usually source online, and most of my stuff is just mailed to me. I also source at other consignment shops, which is my favorite place. I source also in all the thrift shops and things like that. But oh, great. But I went to the bins for the first time and my head exploded. I mean, I had seen so many videos about the bins. I was just terrified to go in there. And now I've been in there, I don't know, 10 times, like, okay, whatever. Like I figured it out now. But the things that you find in the bins, it's crazy. It's crazy. I have had so much luck finding good stuff at the bins. It is ridiculous. Yeah, I love the bins. It makes you not want to go anywhere else. But the problem is, for what I do, I have to go elsewhere. I mean, I buy things from The Real Real. I buy things from ThreadUp, Hysteria Collective. I mean, I buy things from every consignment shop around the country that I've been to. I basically buy things anywhere and everywhere, outlet malls, clearance racks, full price, if I think it's going to be really desirable. But the bins really surprised me. I don't have bins near me. I'm going wholesaling tomorrow. I found a pair of, let's see what I've sold. Here's some of the stuff I've sold that I found at the bins. I found a pair of boots by, I think, Florentine and Baker. And I pay $1 for them, and they sold for $200. All this it's on Poshmark. You can see I bought a red leather bag that I got at the bins, I guess, for $1, and it sold for almost $200. I have, I don't know, like the stuff I have, but I'm very, very specific when I go to the bins. I do not buy just anything. It's got to fit into my brand and fit into kind of everything that I'm doing. And so it's really great because other people are overlooking something that's perfect for me, and I'm overlooking something that's perfect for them. So it's really, really great. No clearance except for penny sale. Good eye. I'm very picky at bins too. Yeah, I mean, you have to be, because the problem with the bins is that is not buying it is the challenge, because there's nothing you can't afford at that price point. When you're paying by the pound, no matter what I put in my bag, I don't even think I've spent over $35 yet. And I mean, I think I'll have half the store in there. And since you can afford anything that you put in there, right? The key is what not to buy. And so each time I've been with other people. And so in the end, we like try to purge, and we're like, okay, what are we not going to buy from the bins, you know? And it's really, really hard to let, to purge adequately and remind yourself you don't need it. If it's not really special, don't buy it, because there's no shortage. There's no shortage of stuff out there. I mean, this stuff's everywhere. I mean, the thing that's so mind-blowing is that, like, in my consignment shop, we had a woman bring in 70 scarves, 770. So 70 scarves from one closet, scarves from Hermes and Chanel and Gucci, like 70. And she's, I have plenty more at home. This is one woman in one closet in one household in Los Angeles. So there are millions and millions and millions of pieces of things out there. And so there's no shortage. So whether or not you're sourcing at the bins or somewhere else, you have to keep telling yourself there's always something else, and there's always more out there. And that is part of the blessing and curse of what we do, which is filtering through the stuff that already exists, which is the new retail. For me, Jennie, what neck of the woods are you in? I'm in Missouri. Okay. I'm from Texas. My accent's a little muddled because my mother was from Georgia. But I'm from Texas, but I lived in New York a long time, 16 years, and now I'm in Pasadena, California. So I've roamed around, but I'm in California outside of LA. It's in LA County, but it's Pasadena where they do the Rose Parade. That's its claim to fame. So that's where I am right now. Yeah. Oh, you've been here. Okay. Well, if you get back to Pasadena, hopefully you will come visit my store, my consignment shop, Walker Viden Luxury Consignment. We worked really, really hard as a new business with no customers. No one walked in the door for 3 days when we opened. Our first sale was to a young boy whose birthday it was, and their parents were taking him to an Argentinian restaurant around the corner. And that was our first sale. It was crazy. I'm originally from SoCal. Now, oh, great. Oh, Las Vegas. I got a friend of mine who lives in Las Vegas, Southern California. Terrific. Now, Rosie, the situation in Las Vegas, I'm assuming you're going to the bins there. And if so, what do you find? Oh, you have a brick and mortar? Oh, yeah. And all the things that go with that. I do. Yeah, I have a luxury consignment shop, as well as our shop is 100% of our inventory is online on eBay. We've just started putting it on Poshmark. And then my reselling and styling business, JennieGirl's Closet, is 100% on eBay and Poshmark. But actually, 100, no, I say no, it's not true. Most of it's on those platforms, but the rest of it is like by appointment, private appointment in my showroom. Bins is full of mall brands, not so great. You know, it's fine in the gym. If the only thing you did was find gems in the bins, it would be fine. Because to me, what I've tried to do with, and it's, I'm not finished, is to differentiate what I'm doing. And everything has to be interesting. Like, here's something I bought today. So put it over. This is a Japanese skirt. This is like really, like real, like made in Japan. It's all knife pleating. It's vintage. And I bought this today. I can't really see. I mean, this thing is so interesting. And when I source, my whole thing is to get things that are different and unique and to find something interesting, because I don't need to go buy a pair of pants from the Gap and go sell it. That's plenty of people doing that. So as a stylist, the whole point is you have to have something different. And so when people are trying to dress celebrities for a cover shoot, photo shoot, or for a live event or something, they want something different and unique. So I have all this vintage Moschino, and so I worked with a stylist, and we dressed a young woman who was on the front row of a Moschino fashion show, and she was photographed next to a whole bunch of celebrities. And these celebrities, when they go to a fashion show of a brand, they have to wear the brand, right? So they wear vintage Moschino. And so I supplied that. And so now these stylists call me when they need things. And so I have all kinds of weird and strange things available. Like I got asked for an aviator jacket, a vintage bomber jacket for the Captain Marvel premiere, but I didn't have one. I've been asked for crowns for a rapper who was doing a cover shoot, but I didn't have any. But they wanted crosses. I had tons of crosses, none of which were exactly right. So the idea when you're working with stylists is they're dressing celebrities, and they're dressing people who are very visible. And so if you've ever seen a rock star, they look very edgy. They're not in something plain and basic. And so something like this Moschino piece, you could get on like a Britney Spears or Miley Cyrus kind of person, because that would be in keeping with who they are and what they might wear for a particular event. But it's all about having things that are different and unique and that stand out. Part of the thing I've learned is I have too many things that are black. And not because black doesn't sell, it sells all the time. But when it comes to stylists, they do not want black. They don't want anything black because they can't be seen. So that's really interesting. Let's see. Wow, you have a brick. Yes. I find a gem. Flying to Florida tomorrow. Drive my box truck back. Gonna stop in Nashville. That's awesome. I source everywhere. When I go to Texas for the holidays and see family, I go everywhere. The first thing I do is say, where's the Goodwill? Where's the thrift shop? Get out of my way. And I found this knit hat at a little hospital thrift shop in Texas over Christmas. And I sold it on Poshmark for like $8. And I think I paid 50 cents for it. So I was very happy. So I see I have a new subscriber, Rebecca. Thank you. Rosie's Closet. Thank you. That's so sweet. Y'all subscribe. Yeah, I'd love for you to, if you haven't subscribed, to do that and to give it a thumbs up because, again, I am brand new. And all of that, as you guys know, because you've already done this, makes a difference. I've met my way back looking for Goodwills. That is awesome. That is fantastic. Yeah, I source everywhere. There is no place I will not source if it's legal to do so. I source everywhere. As a matter of fact, I am not afraid to spend a lot of money. And I'll give you an example. I bought a Jean Paul Gaultier black leather backpack for $1,000. And I sold it for $2,000. And I probably couldn't gotten more, but when you have a $2,000 offer and something you spend $1,000 on, you're going to say yes. So I'm never afraid to pay for something. I hate the phrase "pay up." I absolutely despise that phrase. So I'm trying to think of new ways to say it, but I have no hesitation in paying any price for something that I feel like I can sell for more. So there is no limit for that. Sweet sale. Oh, thank you. I have stories. I will tell you my story of how I went into full-time reselling because, yeah, it's a really interesting story. When I lived in New York, I used to do a lot of shopping, as you can imagine. I shopped in all of the places like Bergdorf Goodman, Saks, Neiman's, Barney's, New York, boutiques. And so there was this pair of Chanel boots that made like the cover of Vogue or something. So I went to Bergdorf Goodman where I had a credit card, mind you, and I bought the boots. And I paid full price for these boots, and I'll tell you how much I paid in a minute. So I bought these boots. They were Chanel, so that should tell you something right there. They had lots of chains on them, and I was really excited to get them. They had my size. I took them home, and I was going to wear them on an airplane flight. And the morning I went to put them on, the O-ring that held the chains around the boot popped off. So I'm like, okay, I just spent the price of a small automobile on these boots, and the chain popped off. So I didn't wear them. So when I got back from my trip, I took the boots in to repair them at the Bergdorf Goodman store. And so there were problems with the repair. They didn't repair them correctly the first time. They repaired one, but then they forgot to repair the other one. And then they did that, and then they forgot to do something else. So it was months before I got these boots back. So the day I got the boots back, it had been probably 3 months since I bought them. And I went to the shoe department. At that point, they were having a 40% off sale. And I said, look, you have these boots on sale now. Here they are, brand new in the box. Here's a receipt. They've been in the repair for 3 months because nobody knows what to do. And I said, what can y'all do about it? I know everything there is to know about these boots except what it's like to wear them. So the manager credited my account for the difference on the boots. So they gave me a 40% adjustment because I'd never, ever worn the boots. So later it turned out this particular pair of boots was so sought after. All the editors wanted them. Celebrities were wearing the boots. They were impossible to find, that I decided I would put my boots up on eBay at a really high price just for fun. I put them up there and I put a $5,000 price tag on these boots. Now the boots were originally about $2,200. So if you take $2,200 and deduct 40%, that's what I paid for them, $2,200 minus 40%. So I had a $5,000 price tag on these boots, brand new, never worn. And they were up on eBay, and I'd get little comments like, is that correct price? And I'd say, yes, you're paying for a rare, hard to find, sold out boot on the cover of Vogue. And then eventually I sold the boots for $4,250 to a woman in Florida. So the day I sold those boots for $4,250 to a woman in Florida, and I had paid, let's do the math. Let's see what I paid for those boots. Maybe y'all can help me. I paid $2,250 times 60%. I paid $1,350 and sold them for $4,250. So I made a $2,000 profit on the boots, less any fees. So that was the day that a friend of mine said, why don't you go into reselling full time? I mean, because I made more money in a day. Now, you don't know if the sale will complete. It did complete. I never saw those boots again. I made more money in one day than I'd make in a month. And so because I've always been a heavy shopper and I've always spent a lot of money on clothes, a lot of money. And I mean, obscene amounts of money on clothes, luxury brands. I know what they're worth. I know the brands and I know what people are willing to pay for them. And so I'm not afraid of that. So that's why I know brands, and that's why I know what people are willing to pay, because I was that person who was willing to pay that. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's what got me into reselling full time. I never have the guts to buy that high. Well, it's not about guts. It's really about slowly inching up. I think you have to slowly inch up to a larger amount. And the thing is, certain brands you can sell regardless. And for example, if you have something by Chanel or Louis Vuitton, it's going to sell to somebody somewhere at some price, right? There's just no, it's certain brands you just learn. And plus having this consignment shop for almost 3 years, I know exactly what's going to sell to whom and for how much. And I know what's in demand. And a lot of problem with consignment shops is, I'd say about 50% of the inventory you shouldn't even take in, because it's a happy accident if anybody buys it. The things that sell over and over and over again for our store sell the same way for everyone else's store. Everyone wants Chanel. Everyone wants Louis Vuitton. Everyone wants Gucci. I'm not into the sneaker market or anything like that, but everyone wants the same stuff all the time. So you don't have to worry about being afraid to invest in something a lot of money, because if you know it's going to sell, right, you'll be more calm about it. Well, guess what, Hickory Springs? The fees aren't bad at all. It was a $250 cap. They do not take 10% of the whole amount. This is the thing. There's a cap on it. And sometimes they even run specials at holidays. So they'll say, if you do a listing now, you know, the max you'll pay is $250 of fees on any listing. So yeah, so that's why my fees were only $250 on that, because there's a cap. I'll be thrifted a good used tiller. Pawn shops are great. You know, pawn shops sell a lot of luxury handbags too. Tradesy deals in luxury brands. I know. I've been on Tradesy many times. I may have bought something from them once. Not sure. You must be a beggar, Mark, never find stuff. Well, I am in LA, and before I was in LA, I was in New York City. And there's no question that the sourcing in New York City is 1,000 times better than what it is here in LA. No question. I mean, in New York, you go to any consignment shop and they'll have just racks and racks and racks of Chanel, just racks of it, racks of this stuff. There's no shortage in New York for any of this. But if you're shopping online, You can always find stuff. And I buy online all the time. I'm not afraid, not afraid to do it. And here I am hustling in Mayberry. To get on the internet, that's what you got to do. Or as my mom used to call it, the internet, INNERNET, the internet, because she was from Georgia. Now, daughter, you be careful on the internet. That's exactly what she'd say to me. And here I am hustling in Mayberry. Me too, Todd, Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. So yeah, do not be afraid. I mean, I'm not afraid because I've has spent a lifetime of spending a lot of money on clothes, and that's why it doesn't faze me. And so you're not going to feel that way about it if you've not been a heavy consumer of clothing. And I am that woman. I am that woman who's going to buy that Louis Vuitton. I am that woman who's going to buy that luxury brand that's for sale. And the reason, here's the thing, in the consignment shop, the people who come in and spend $3,000 on a used Chanel handbag are the same people who buy it new. And they know they're getting a big deal. They know it's a deal, right? Because they've bought it at $6,000. All right. And every time somebody buys something really expensive in my store, at a woman, they say the following words: I'm going to treat myself. That's what they say. I'm going to treat myself, because they know it's $3,000 or $2,000 or $1,500 for a handbag or whatever it is. But again, these are women who are accustomed to buying things at this price and a lot more. So that's why it's desirable to be in a consignment shop or to buy from resellers or to buy online, is they know they're saving money. I source a lot when I'm out in Cali picking. I have another new subscriber, Thrifty Christy. Thank you so much if you're watching. I really appreciate the subscribers. I think I'm up to 64 now. I got 4 subscribers tonight. That's awesome. So does anybody have any questions? Because I went from talking about the Poshmark affiliate program to my random live because of thank you for Todd for encouraging me and inviting everyone. That's really sweet. I really appreciate that. I'm not sure how you invited all those people, but you must have like a red phone like the president or something. So let's see. I would never treat myself to these other girls. Just me. I would buy a $3,000 car. Absolutely. And you know, it's interesting that handbags have become the new automobiles. Oh, he has a fan club. I can see why. He's a good guy. One of the things that I learned about being in New York, and this will help you as you're sourcing, is that New York is a walking city. And so people are heavily consuming handbags that are luxury and shoes, scarves, anything that can be seen on the street, because street fashion was pretty much born in New York City by the late Bill Cunningham. And so because you are literally seen every single day, you're not hiding in a car. And so to be able to be seen with that luxury handbag, you literally, everyone is seeing you, not just your friends, whoever's on the street, whoever's walking by. And it's really the culture there of showing, I'm not gonna say showing your wealth, because everyone isn't wealthy who carries one, but showing your love for designer fashions and showing off those brands is something that people do like every day in New York, walking around. It's normal. So when I would be in New York and have my Louis Vuitton backpack or my Prada bag or whatever, I fit right in. But the minute I wear my Louis Vuitton backpack here in Pasadena, I feel ridiculous. It just feels stupid. It doesn't feel normal to do that here. And so fashion is very, very different here in Pasadena. Christy, Thrifty Christy, phone cases chat. Hello, Thrifty Christy. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Wow, y'all all know each other. That is amazing. I am checking right here. And I've got 1, I got like 4 new subscribers, which is fantastic. I'm a phone nerd here. Got my $200 phone for $75 a month phone. Sweet. Sweet. Hello. So yeah. So are those of you who sell on Poshmark, are any of you people who've been invited to the Poshmark affiliate program? Hmm. See, so that means Thrifty, Christy, you are on the Poshmark affiliate invite, but not planning on doing it. Okay, so why not Hickory Springs? What is your reason? I've heard different reasons from people. Let me see if I can make this go. No, never heard of it. Okay. Well, Rebecca, if you're selling on Poshmark, well, yeah, that's a good one. Rebecca, Poshmark started a new affiliate program where people can do paid advertisement. It doesn't pay a lot, and the pay is based on your number of followers you have. But there's some criteria. You have to be a Poshmark ambassador or have at least 5,000 followers on YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter. Every bit helps. Not going to give them practically free. Here's the thing, Hickory Springs. One of my complaints about Poshmark. Now, let me start over. I absolutely love Poshmark. I have grown to love it. I didn't at first understand it. It's exhausting, but I've grown to love it. But my pet peeve with Poshmark is that they don't have a training program and they don't have video training on how to be successful on their app. And if you call eBay, you can sit on the phone with them for 2 hours if that's what it takes, and they will walk you through how to do something. But on Poshmark, there's no evidence of how to be successful. And I'm not talking about the once a year Posh Fest. I'm saying Poshmark themselves has not created a YouTube channel of best practices. And I don't understand it. And so they are not doing it, and they are relying on people like ourselves who are on YouTube to do that training for them. And I think the problem in that is that you never really hear from the source what is the best practice. What is it you're supposed to do to be successful? It's like a big secret. Now, they give you hints and clues. They infer a lot about how to be successful in Poshmark, and they do that through their newsletters and their posts and things like that. But they are not doing the training themselves. Poshmark is not training, and I would like to know why. Now, obviously, it costs money to do training, but I don't think it's about the money. It is something deeper. I think that the way that the Poshmark app is set up, it really rewards people who are really active and who reward people who have figured out the secret to Poshmark. Yeah, Joanna. Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's because eBay and Poshmark are structured so differently. Let me get some good English here. eBay is like technical. You place your listing on the internet, and there's criteria that they have listed out for days on how to do it and how to be successful. They will tell you what to do. It's very technical, right? There's no way to game their system per se where you're going to get more than someone else, because you can pay for it. You can pay extra money to get more exposure. Everyone can push their listings to social media on eBay, but on Poshmark, their system is such that you have to really have something special to do these extraordinary things on it. And they don't want to come out and tell you what it is. And I don't understand why. I really don't. And so I think that's the reason that if they don't ever tell you how to be successful, it's a different platform. this is social media selling. This is not the set it and forget it listing of eBay. Absolutely, Rosie. I think the blog is the way. The blog is the way they tell people, and the Posh Fest. Joanna, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I really do. And I hope you had a chance to subscribe or get a notification, whatever that is, so that next time, perhaps you'll join in on your own, even if Flippin' Hustler isn't telling everybody. I really appreciate you being here and listening to me ramble on for a little bit. Yeah. So, yeah, Poshmark is very interesting. So I did this podcast on iTunes called Closet Conversations. I have a podcast there, and I did one about how the secret to Poshmark, how I'd figured it out. And it happened one day when I realized that every time that you refresh, it freezes like a moment in time, like the Matrix. It's nothing but zeros and ones constantly scrolling, because there's like millions of listings going around all day long. It's like 18 million listings a day. I mean, something like that, being either shared or created or something like that. So 18 million listings. So how is your one little listing going to stand out? So, so when you think of it like the Matrix with O's and ones, that it's just scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Each time a person logs on to Poshmark or goes into Poshmark, it freezes, right? And in that moment, it freezes. Maybe your item is sitting there where they can see it. So in terms of sharing and kind of getting a happy accident, someone to find your stuff and it being like at the top of the feed, that's why the sharing is important. It's just, that's the way the platform is created, and that's why it's so different from eBay. Very nice community of resellers. Rosie, you sure do, and I really appreciate you being here. And we are all learning. I have learned so much from people. I have secretly watched so many videos. Like, I'll be cooking in my kitchen, and I'll have who knows who I have on, like a Rockstar Flipper will be on, or Lindy Glenn will be on, or Empty Hanger or Little Black Dog Hanger will be on. Like, the fact that I can even say that out loud. Bin pickers, love bin pickers. Like, the bin pickers remind me of me and my business partner at the consignment shop. It's about like that, just so you know. I have all these people on the background, and I listen to them all the time. I just drink it in, and I can't get enough of it. So hopefully I'll have something to add to the conversation. I have no idea. We'll find out. But yeah, we're definitely all, yeah, I love that. It's really addicting, right? Oh, she is, like, she's awesome. She had a video on, I think today, with her boyfriend. And it was so funny because she's like, what do you think of this fashion? And then he answers just like you would think a guy would. And it reminded me of my business partner at my consignment shop, who has no background in fashion. And so part of his role is to take pictures of the clothes for eBay. So he'd have to dress the mannequin. And he was always asking for help. He goes, I don't know how to put the clothes on, but I know how to get them off of a woman. I don't know how to put them on. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, guys who are, straight men in fashion. Yeah, absolutely. Casey and Pete were my inspiration when I started. Oh, that's this way. He can fish though. Yeah, I love Casey. He's got his own style. He's got his own style. He is to be congratulated for what his contribution is. He's one of the first people that I found. And whoops, hold on. Oh, having a little danger zone. Yeah. Anyway, Casey is one of the first people that I ever found on YouTube. And I've just watched him over and over and over again. He has his own style. And what I like about him is that he stays on top of the changes on eBay. and he stays on top of the changes, and he's sure to let people know. And I appreciate that because I'm not on top. I'm not following it the way he is. So I learn a lot about what's happening from him. So I think that's terrific. Casey and Pete. Now, who is Pete? I don't know who Pete is. Yeah, Casey's the news guy. He is. He's got his in at the eBay. So I can't believe he went trash picking last night in the I-8. Yeah, he's got this really cool car. It's very odd, like this really amazing car, and then like you're out, dumpster diving. Oh, Pete is the Craigslist hunter. Oh, okay, cool. I've definitely seen his video. At some point you get to the point, because the way they refer videos to you, like someone will scroll up and you've never heard of them. You click on it and next thing you know, you're watching it. Yeah, that's some good stuff. But I'm hoping, I'm really hoping, because I'm a stylist and also own a consignment shop besides the reselling, I'm hoping that's where I can add some value to this conversation that's already going on. Because it's no joke having a storefront is no joke working with the public. It is no joke. I know some of my own Poshmark videos, but I like to watch Solange. She is funny. I mean, she's like a young, hip hop kind of vibe. Solange, yeah, I like her. I watched her video recently on why she's not doing the Poshmark affiliate program. And then she said, the funny thing she said was, now see, all y'all are doing your videos now because of $10 when I've been telling you to do it for months or years. All that, she goes, is that what it took, $10? And the answer is, yeah, absolutely. That's what it took. Her and her sister cracked me up. I've watched her since their first video. Oh, you're bringing a lot of knowledge to our community. I hope so. My head's about to explode half the time. Because not only, okay, listen, imagine this. I've got the consignment shop. Now I'm physically in my store 6 days a week. I mean, not Monday. I'm off Mondays, Tuesday through Sunday. Then I'm doing the reselling at home. In the morning, before I go to my store, I'm doing all of the listing on Poshmark and eBay. I'm doing my podcast on iTunes called Closet Conversations. I'm now doing videos. I'm working with stylists, answering questions. I'm sourcing online and physically online. I have a Facebook page. So y'all might like this. I have a Facebook page with over, I think, around 1,000 members called For the Love of Retail, Resale, and Consignment. And it's everywhere I can find news articles about what's happening in our industry, and I share them. Rosie, oh, thank you. She went to my closet. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I also have a Facebook page called JennieGirl Loves Poshmark, and I have JennieGirl Loves Moschino, JennieGirl Loves Travel, and JennieGirl Loves Consignment, Reselling, and Retail. So those are all my Facebook pages that I run, and I constantly post news articles on what's happening in our industry. I haven't done videos the way Casey does, but I do post links to articles people can read. I'm in love with everything in Poshmark. So, okay. My glasses keep falling off. So, yeah. So Rosie went to my closet. That's awesome. Let's see. So does anybody have any questions? Am I supposed to do that? Let's see. Now I've been into this for years and years and years. My mother took me into a consignment shop when I was 13 in Georgia, and I didn't understand what kind of store it was because I'd only seen retail stores and I'd seen the Goodwill and I didn't know what this was. A weird cross. Google Todd Rendon or live live working eBay show. I'm sitting here listening. Oh, good. So I went to my first consignment shop when I was 13 years old, and I remember my mother buying something and writing a check. In the old days we could write a check, and it was just an odd store, like with business suits, like by Liz Claiborne, and 60s sweaters with beads on them, things like that. It was a weird little mix of stuff, but it was former retail exec was running it. And my mother was also a collector of vintage jewelry, and she had a vintage booth in an antique mall called Class from the Past. And so when I was really young, we would source for her vintage booth. So I have, since I was about 13, nonstop been in thrift stores, consignment stores, antique malls, antique stores, estate sales, yard sales, outlet malls, anything you can think of to try to source for her store. We would host yard sales of our own twice a year, and I would be in charge. Of course, I was in charge of the yard sale. So from a very young age, I've been all up in all of this. I've been sourcing basically since I was 13, and I am, 40 plus. So it's been a long time of sourcing. Yeah. Night, everyone. Goodbye, Rebecca. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, Rebecca. Okay, great. So I'm hoping I can go back and read the chat and act on some of this. Thanks for telling me. Awesome. So thank you so much. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to share some stuff on Poshmark. I have a Jennie Girl Loves Poshmark, and I share people's closets when they join. Little something that I do. You're a youngin'. I'm over 50. All I said was I was over 40. I didn't say how far over. Usually when I tell people how old I am, their head explodes. I had one guy when I lived in New York, and we were talking about something in music, because I'm a musician, and I said, well, I've been doing this music in New York, and I've been trying to be a musician, and I'm blah blah years old. And the guy literally fell off of his chair. He's like, what? I'm that, those people who always look 10 or 15 years younger than they actually are. That's me. I'm one of those. So yeah, gonna be 42. Oh, happy birthday. So a little more about me. Not that y'all are interested. I have no idea what to tell you. But I have an album on iTunes called Night Flight to London. I am a singer and a songwriter. I've worked with the top producer, Tommy Farragher, who also worked on the TV show Glee. I think worked with the OJs, Bee Gees, Brenda K. Starr. He does TV shows now and movies. I also have done stand-up comedy. So my stand-up comedy debut in New York is actually on YouTube. You can find it under Jennie Walker. So very creative, and working in styling in fashion is just an extension of what I already love about creativity. So yeah, no, I'm not going to sing for you. Although I think Flippin' Hustler and I might do a duo. Have you ever heard of Philip Silverstone? I have not. Stand-up comedy, I can believe. The reason I haven't done stand-up here in Pasadena is because I have to change my set, because it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Like if I'm on a stage in Pasadena, my shtick about New York doesn't make any sense. Like when I'm standing in New York, it makes perfect sense, right? So I have to actually alter it in order to do the set here. And I just haven't done it because I've been busy reselling. A lot of resellers and sing. I could burst into song at any moment. Hopefully y'all wouldn't be upset about that. Yeah. No, my quote hit song was the one that did the best. Hit is a relative term. Was called Night Flight to London. And, it's on iTunes, it's on Pandora, it streams up, whenever you release an album, it's everywhere. It doesn't mean people are requesting it, but it's out there. It's everywhere. You can basically have music under the name Jennie Walker, and Night Flight to London. That's the album. So there seem to be a lot of resellers that sing. Maybe we can do the reseller chorus, and we can just like go to have a show at like eBay Open or Poshmark Live or something like that. Now, Flippin' Hustler, you said you sing, but like, do you write songs as well? Because I definitely write songs. As a matter of fact, one of the guys I go to the bins with now here in LA, who's a singer and songwriter, he bursts into song in the middle of the bins. And one day we created a whole duet, just about nothing, about I found something at the bins, that kind of thing. And he has this huge baritone voice. It was hilarious, just hilarious. There are now, what I could do? I just thought of something. Let me see if it's going to let me. Okay, it will let me. Okay. I'm going to try something very interesting. So I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it and see if this will work. I'm going to go into my music. And I'm going to go over here and see if I can find. Can y'all hear that? I don't know if you can. Can you hear this music at all? Somebody tell me yes or no. Okay, that's from my album. That way I don't have to sing. I'll let the song sing for me. So Flippin' Hustler, can you start harmonizing to that? Sometimes I find myself wondering, you are the light in my life. Okay. Oops. So I turned it off. So there you go. A little bit of my music. There you go. Available on iTunes now. Yeah. So, good. Thank you. Oh, thanks. You know what? There's a line in my stand-up. Okay, this is so hilarious. So at the end of my stand-up, when I talk about who I am now, mind you, I was living in New York at the time. So I said, I forgot how I ended it, but I ended it by basically saying who I was. I said, I'm a singer and a songwriter. I said, I'm a singer-songwriter and you've never heard of me. And I have an album on iTunes. That was the last line of my stand-up in New York, because it's so funny, because it's true. Because when artists release albums or books or anything else, there's a million of them released out there, but almost nobody sells enough to hit the charts and be known with it, unless you're with a major record label, which I am not. So I've been with a label, but it was small, tiny one out of London, and it didn't go anywhere. I sing a little Elvis and everything in between. Oh, nice. It must be little blue suede shoes then. So yeah. I mean, I do a lot of things. Yeah. But my love right now is the reselling, and there's a special project I'm going to be working on that involves the clothes from the 1990s, and my Moschino collection is going to be front and center. And one of the challenges I have now is to complete the collection. It is not complete. and it would be impossible to be complete, I think. But so I'm always looking for vintage Moschino and trying. I have 3 giant racks of it. And I don't know if this will work. I'm just going to try this and see if y'all can see this. So hold on. Hold on. All right. Let's see if it'll work. We're just going to try. Tell me if you can see this because the lighting sucks already. Can y'all see this? Hold on. Can you see? Can you see behind me? All the racks? Can anybody see that? I'm trying to go. All of that. All of that. Okay, that's all vintage Moschino. All of this back here. The lighting's really bad right now, but that's all. All of those are racks. That's where people sit and look at the clothes. So I just wanted to show you that. So this is my my wall back here is where I do my photographs. And just a little bit about my place. But the lighting is so bad. I'm getting some lighting installed in there because I don't have it. But all those racks, it's all vintage Moschino. And so there's missing pieces that I have. So if any of y'all ever get any vintage Moschino, let me know. I might be interested in buying it. Flippin' Hustler, yes. Okay, close. So I could do, you know what I could do? I don't know how the lighting will be, but I can try to give, let me just see. I just want to give you, hold on. We'll see if it works. I'm going to bring this over with me. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay. So this is, I'm going to show this to you. This jacket. This is one of those super rare pieces. So as you see from the label, Moschino Couture. Now this is my, whenever anyone buys anything for me, they get the Jennie Girl's Closet button. And then this, because this Moschino has the Italian ribbon. Oh, look at this thing. It says made in Italy. All these patches on it. Like this thing is like pristine. Like this is, you know, you can see like some rock star in that thing. So when I look for clothes, you know, they have to, one, it's not black, right? And it's really different. And the size on it, I don't know if I can see it, what the size is. It's a fairly decent size. It'll probably fit a number of people. This stuff runs small, but yeah, it's a big deal. Oh, you want to put it on Adam Levine. Yeah, I would love to dress Adam Levine. That would be awesome. I'll be on the lookout. Is there any here in consignment or? Oh, thank you. Yeah, it'd be great. I'm always looking for vintage Moschino, and I'm working on some projects I can't talk about, but I actually need to find more of it. And I'm always looking. I mean, I am on eBay, The Real, Tradesy, ThreadUp, Visteri Collective, Macari, Facebook Marketplace. I'm basically trolling for Moschino every day. Oh, you want to undress him? Well, I don't think his wife would like that, but okay. Yeah, he's totally hot. Yeah, he is in his own little way. I'm going to my corner now. You know, Adam Levine, you know, of course, his name is he looks like most of the guys I dated in New York. They all look alike too. Like it's like they all had the same mother or something. You know, that tall, that lean, lanky look. I can think of at least 3 guys who look like that. My naughty. Okay. Am I supposed to read the comments? I don't know. All of us girls would, yeah. You know, he's not a bad looking guy. He's very symmetrical. I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's a good looking guy. But you know what makes him good looking though? It is not just how he looks, it's his personality. I mean, he's got this amazing way about him, and that is definitely something women would respond to. I feel like I'm in my comedy routine now. Start talking about this stuff. I would share with you. Oh, typical LA look. Yeah, he's a good looking guy. I like it when his hair is long though. I don't like it when he cuts all his hair off. I don't know what that's about. So yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else exciting to show you guys. It's just my life. If it were daylight, I could show you all kinds of things, but my apartment during the nighttime is not ideal. Are you serious? You're watching my stand up? That's so hilarious. Thrifty Christy. I'll just look. I have a hubby. Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack. That's hilarious. Yeah, my stand-up, my stand-up debut. And what was interesting is stand-up comedy is that people actually laughed. And what I mean about that is I had an audience of real people. I didn't have an audience of stand-up comedians wanting to be. And so what I learned in doing stand-up is that your best audience was always an audience of real people who weren't comedians. And when it was an audience of comedians, they would just sit there, with their arms crossed and try not to laugh, because they didn't want anyone to be funny or funnier than them or something. So my opening line for my stand-up, which always brought down the house because it was so true, because I don't know, I didn't know anything about stand-up or the community of how it worked, but I just things were just obvious to me. And so I said, I'd just like to thank Mark Riccadonna for having me here tonight, because none of the other comedians wanted me to be here. Someone heard that line like later, because I did like 3 or 4 stand-ups around New York, like kind of after each other. And this woman said, "That's so ballsy that you said that." And I said, "Well, thanks, but why is that ballsy? Like, it's the truth." Like I was just being observant, because it was hard to find a cheerleader for your stand-up comedy that was another comedian. Your friends would be your cheerleaders, but there was some weird thing like we can't support each other in that way. And so unlike the reselling community where everybody is, oh, you found the bitch. Hickory, you found the video. Yeah, and it's like reselling community really is super supportive, and it doesn't feel like competition. You know why? Because there's so much out there that no one could no one could do that. Oh, okay. Hold on one more time. Hold on. Stay with me. I'll be right back. I don't know how to pause this. Anybody know how to pause this? Can you pause a stream? Who knows? Can I pause this? I don't want to end it, but can I pause it? Anybody know? Whoops. So did you move after Hurricane Sandy? I was up there for Hurricane Sandy. No, I didn't move because of that. All right, I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, y'all still there? Because I don't know what I'm doing. But I know if I don't plug my computer up, we know this is over. So hold on. All right. We are in business. Okay, great. Okay. All right, so I plugged up. Now I know the next time I do a live, I'm supposed to plug up my computer. Who knew? Okay. Now, if you look further on YouTube, you will find my singing videos when I was much younger and looked much better. my New York singing debuts on there too, where I performed at where did I perform? I've forgotten. It's on there somewhere. I forgot the name of the club, but that's on there. I look so much different, much younger. I mean, we're talking 16, 18 years ago. Oh, you're going to find them? Okay. Oh gosh. Yeah. But yeah, I really like the community because first of all, I have learned so much it's ridiculous from people. And just when you think you've heard it all, someone will have this little gem and it'll just pops out and you're like, oh my God, I never thought about it. One of the things that I learned tonight, and this is so obvious, okay, but this was a tip I learned in, I think the girl is Suzanne Wells. She just had this video and she was interviewing this woman who lives in Israel, who's selling online on eBay. And they made the point that the eBay Global Shipping Program is too expensive for most people. And she was saying how she shops all the time on eBay because the products in this part of Israel where she lives are poorly made, and they're not available. And that it's cheaper and you get better products when you buy online and have them shipped to you or mailed to you. So she was saying how if you only have on the eBay Global Shipping Program and you don't have any other international shipping on, you're losing a huge number of people that are potential customers because they're just not going to use that program. And I heard that tonight and I thought, this is silly. So much, I mean, I can look up the statistics, but at least 20%, 15 to 20% of our online sales at the consignment shops are international. And I think I'm missing business. I'm missing a lot of business because I do not open it up past the global shipping program. And the reason we didn't is because was fear-based. And because the eBay Global Shipping Program is so structured that as long as you get it to the hub, you're covered. Like there's nothing that can go wrong. I mean, you're covered regardless. And so that's the reason we chose the eBay Global Shipping Program is I'm like, well, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to be out an item. I don't want to do it wrong. I don't know how to ship internationally outside the program. It's all safe, but I'm missing all these sales. And it's crazy. And so tomorrow, the first thing I'm going to do is call eBay. I'm going to say, walk me through how to have the other options for international sales, and we're going to try it. Because if what this girl is saying is that it's turning off so many people and that she goes right on by anybody who has a global shipping program, then I'm probably missing out on a lot of sales. Let's see. I went and turned off all. Interesting. Oh, you watched the same video. Yeah. So Hickory Springs, did you find any new buyers since then? Oh, I use GSP. Yeah. GSP is perfect. There's nothing. What's wrong with it is that it costs too much. I saw a woman buy a dress of ours for $160 and she paid $120 to get it into her country. And it only takes the cost can be so high that it really is going to turn off. And I only limited it to that for two reasons. One, I didn't know how to do it any other way. But two, I wanted to limit my exposure to something going wrong. But I've limited it so much, I'm missing out on all these sales. And so I'm gonna change that tomorrow. Oh, it's only 24 hours. Okay. But yeah, I find that I can learn something from everybody. I watch all the channels. Very rarely do I not learn something. First class up to 4 pounds. Okay. Yeah, what's interesting is when Poshmark opens up to Canada, they have not said whether it's Canadian to Canadian or Canada to US. If it's Canadian to Canadian, that isn't going to help any of us. But if it's Canadian to US and vice versa, that's going to be huge. And that is such a great reason to fill your closet up with good things, because as soon as they open it up, I imagine we're all going to be inundated with new sales. 20 versus 40. Okay. So what they were saying in this Susan Wells video was that as long as you get signature confirmation, just send it, first class. Just send it. As long as you've got that proof, you should be fine. The thing about this video stuff is it makes me worry about my appearance, and I don't like doing that. That's why I prefer the podcast. No one can see me. Let's see. Always ship my own international. Okay, I'm going to look into that tomorrow. Yeah, I think we should all look at that. I mean, they say never do anything out of fear, and I just don't want to send a. I just don't. I mean, we had this huge sale in our store. We sold a $10,000 Hermes handbag, and it was a domestic sale, because a lot of times those handbags are not allowed out of the country. Okay, number one, it was a vintage. It was a lizard skin bag, and we paid about $250 for the white glove delivery from UPS. And when you're talking about $10,000 handbag, what's $250? It's nothing. So we paid $250 for UPS for the white glove delivery service, which literally, in order for it to be insured and it worked, they must pack it. They must examine the item. They must put it in the box. They must seal it, label it, and literally white gloves deliver it to the person who bought it, and it's signed for. So we did that, and it worked fine. At first, they couldn't find the package. And we're like, what did we just, I remember getting this email. Can't find my package. And we're like, really? Because we had it hand delivered to you. So we ran over I called UPS and I said, hey, I just spent $250 in your store yesterday. They're saying they can't find their package. So they looked up who signed for it, and they, and anyway, the person did get it. But that was, there's no other way to deliver something that expensive other than to invest in the delivery and acknowledgement fees. Celtic Stomp? No. Why? Is there someone doing a Celtic Stomp with my name? No. So yeah, let's all look at our international shipping on eBay and see if we're doing it right. See if we're missing out on sales. Now, I have bought from Visteri Collective, I think it's called, and every time I bought something, it came DHL, and I had to sign for it, and it came just fine. So maybe the issue is, if you're going to send it international, who are you going to use? So if you're not using the eBay Global Shipping Program, then I think within the eBay system, I think you're a little limited to maybe, let's see, obviously Federal Express is on there, and I'm assuming UPS is on there. So I don't think DHL is an option in eBay from the drop down. That doesn't mean you can't use them. Pirate ship. Oh yeah, I have not tried to do that. Is that Hickory? Is that something that will cycle into eBay? Because I know eBay wants you to use their postage, and then they give you a discount to incentivize you to purchase it off their site. So it does. Okay, pirate ship. Use pirate ship. Okay, excellent. Well, thank you for that. That's something I'm going to look into. See, this is we're all helping each other. This is great. Pirate ship. You use pirate ship all the time. Pirate ship is same or less money. Interesting. So pirate ship then gives you all the options, I'm assuming, like the DHLs of the world and things like that. Interesting. Interesting. So, shipping is key. Pirate shipping. I hear you here, Suzanne, require signature for sales. Oh yeah. So yeah. Does anyone else have a storefront of brick and mortar that's on here? Or all of y'all are online? And I'm assuming the inventory is out of being in your home or your apartment or wherever you live or stored near you. I moved into this new apartment for the sole purpose of having this showroom in the front area, and my second bedroom is all storage. So when someone comes to visit, I have to put them on the couch out here because I don't have a bedroom. It's full of storage. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, storage is a big deal. I mean, I can tell you as someone who pays a lot of overhead for a physical store, that is no joke. Because it isn't just the rent. It is the fees for your security fees, ADT, all that stuff, your insurance, like there's just your heating and your electric and, the water and everything else. Like there's so much involved in that. It's no joke. Having a storefront is no glory in having a storefront. There's a lot of expense. Now, we are award-winning, by the way. We worked really hard, and when we opened up our store, for those of you who didn't hear me earlier, Walker Viden Luxury Consignment, Pasadena, we got voted Best New Business. Oh, good. You have a good basement. Best New Business in Pasadena. And Miss America's runner-up for Best Resale Vintage Store and Best Women's Local Clothing Store. Thanks. And then the second year, we got, Miss America runner-up for Best Resale Vintage Store and then Women's Clothing. But we didn't win. And you know who beat us out this year is Crossroads. Crossroads Trading got voted Best Local Women's Clothing Store. Or, no. They got voted Best Resale Vintage Store. Now, clearly, I got some work to do, but I'm going to have to beat them. We're going to take them down in 2019. So for any of y'all who, I don't know if you can do this. I don't know if you can do a website on a chat. So I just put walkerviden.com. That's the website. Let's just see. I'm just going to do it for fun. I have no idea if this will work. So this is my store, walkerviden.com. This is my website for my styling business. Oh, okay, thank you. Well, Hickory, you got the goods, man. You know everything. So that's my store. And then, Walker Viden, that's the consignment shop. And then that's my website for my store. And then my personal one for all my music and my comedy is JennieGirl.com. And that's my brand. Don't include the HTTP or, okay, make it clickable. Okay. HTTP. Sorry, guys. I'm learning. Following you on eBay. Oh, how sweet. Thank you. So yeah, both. So those are all my little. Now let me find one more thing for you. Let's see. Store iTunes Music. Let's just find this. This is copy link. Okay. And then this, hopefully this will work. I've lost my, okay. This is the link to, let's see if it works. Uh-oh, that didn't work. Edit, paste. There you go. There's my album on iTunes. And then my stand-up. Y'all are so funny about that. I don't even know if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. It's pretty funny, I must say. Jennie, hold on. Walker comedy. There it is. Okay. And this
comedy ideas. You seem to see some promise.
Okay. So funny. Okay. Okay. There we go. Edit, paste. So this is my stand-up debut there in New York that I did. I know it's pretty funny, and it's a little bit R-rated, so forgive me. Real people, real life. What can I say? So yeah, so I can't think of. So anyway, from the website, you can get to the Instagrams and all of that kind of jazz, and then my Poshmark. Oh, let me see how to do that. Maybe I can do that too. Let's see if I'm any good with this. I don't know. We'll see. I cannot believe y'all are hanging out with me. This is awesome. This is so appreciated to give me the confidence to do this again, because now I'm not scared to do it. Thanks to Flippin' Hustler. Okay, hold on. Edit. Okay. So this is, now I'm sharing my Poshmark closet. Let me see if I could do that. And paste. Poshmark closet. You have me looking up old videos. Do you have Instagram? I do have Instagram. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I do. Let's find it. Instagram. I do. I have different ones. I have like 3 or 4 Instagrams. So the first one is, oh yeah, this one's cool. This Instagram, you can see where we got an outfit at the on the red carpet for the Costume Designers Guild Awards. We've done that 2 years now. Edit, paste. So this is Instagram for Walker Viden. And then hold on. Learn to flip between. Okay, JennieGirl's closet. So then my reselling and styling closet, I will give you next here. Paste. Okay. So that's for JennieGirl's closet. And then there's one more. Let's see. It's so funny because all those times I've watched people type on YouTube and hear the little pitter patter of their fingers, and now that's what I'm doing. Okay. And then this one is my personal Instagram. So that's pretty much everything. Oh, there is one more. Hold on. And then I have my JennieGirl brand, and that is where is it? Where did it go? Did I lose my JennieGirl? Oh, JennieGirl. See, there it is. Okay. Then the last but not least, I created a brand called JennieGirl, obviously from my name of everything, when I was living in New York, and I created a line of boxing gear. Let me find that and give that to you. And some of the images on here are from when I had my debut at the famous boxing club in Brooklyn. Let's see, let me find it. Oh yeah, Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn, New York, with Bruce Silverglade. It's the famous. So that's when I launched my boxing brand. There, you can see that. So I'm having links now. More than you ever wanted to know about me and all of that. So link overload. I know. It's like we're all drunk now. It's link drunk. We're all link drunk right now. Link drunk. I just created link drunk. Okay. And did you know you can add a URL? My URL is to my link tree. You know what? I guess, you know who I learned about Linktree from? Lindy Glenn. And my headache's like, it's so funny, like just when you think you've heard of everything, and then I heard this, it was an old video too, it wasn't even a new one, talking about Linktree, and I'm like, what? And she was talking about how with being limited to one link, how you should use Linktree, and I'd never even heard of Linktree. So sure enough, I stopped everything, and I created a Linktree, and I put it in my Instagram. So I have a whole bunch in there. But I haven't put it in my Posh Closet, so that's a great idea. Thank you. I did not know you could do that. That is awesome. Flippin' Hustlers got it right. Just to Google my name, make a link tree, and then you just give it out. Okay. Well, I do have a link tree. I have no idea what it's, what, you know, they sent me the link, but oh, it's on my Instagram. All right. The thing is, how do you remember your link tree link? That's my question. If I go to Instagram right now, and I find my Instagram, it's going to be in there, my link tree. There it is, link tree. All right, there's my link trees coming for what it's worth. All right, link overload, one more for the good of the cause. Okay, link tree. Did that work? Yeah. Okay. Oh, it did not like that for some reason. Edit and try again. Okay, let's try it again. It does not like that. I did that tonight. Changed my links. Like someone wanted cheaper shipping. Okay. Wonder what's wrong with my Linktree link. It did not take it. HTTP. Maybe take out the S. Let's try that. No, it does not like my Linktree link. My Linktree is in my Instagram. So now, do y'all ever do your Posh postings on Twitter? Because when I first signed up, I have been twice booted off of Twitter. You know, frozen out, my account locked because I did too many posts from Poshmark. And there was this thing where people were talking about editing and like, you know, and sharing your posts on Twitter. And I did it so much that it locked me out. And I had to write to them pleading to let me back in, that I was so sorry that I said, I won't link my Poshmark anymore. I said, I didn't realize I was oversharing, but I overshared so much they froze me twice. So I don't do that much because I'm afraid that I'll do it too much. Oh, that's safe. Okay. Facebook and Pinterest. Okay. So is anyone else on the West Coast with me? Rosie, remind me where you are. I know Rankin, Mr. Todd, you're, let's see, in the kind of middle. You're in Vegas, that's right. You're not far away. Are you going to see Lady Gaga? I love this whole Lady Gaga, who's that, the actor? What's his name? I've already forgotten, Bradley Cooper thing. Oh, 2:06. Sweet. It's 2:06 in the morning? Oh my gosh. It was late for you to do this. That's really sweet. Thank you. I saw lady. How was she? Was she shallow? How was she? Yes, ma'am. Wow. She was fabulous. I like her. I mean, we played some of the same clubs in New York. I've played at the Bitter End, and anyone who's trying to make it as a singer songwriter plays at the Bitter End. It's like the place. Like I think Bob Dylan played there, but Lady Gaga played there. Obviously, she was Stephanie at the time, but yeah, I played there, and she is just to be congratulated on what she has done. It is absolutely extraordinary, and no one has done what she's done. And I like how she says, this is not for the faint of heart. And that is the best words I've heard anyone say about pursuit in a creative field. Because whether it's music or acting or comedy or anything creative, even reselling, it's not for the faint of heart. I mean, you've got to stick with it. There's so many things against you, the odds of you making it. And the only thing that's left is what's inside of you. And there's nothing shallow about this woman. And if she ever was shallow, she's grown out of it. And, with all that she's been through, or at least what it seems. I mean, who knows? I don't know what her life is like. None of us can ever know. But her ability as a musician is unquestioned. Catching a plane. Well, Hickory Springs, thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. You're in my first live chat. That is historic. You are a part of my online history, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and have a safe flight, and get some sleep. Thank you for being here. We all get in a way. Let's create our own reseller award. Later, Valerie. Thanks, Todd. 1438. I have no idea what 1438 means. No idea. But what does that mean? I'm too new. I don't know what 1438 means. It must mean something. Okay, I have no idea what it means. I have no idea what it is. Todd, are you going to clue me in, or am I just going to be babbling on like an idiot? Let her in on this secret. Please be my reward. It's a line of merch I have. Okay. And 1430. Okay. All right. So there'll be a link to your merch somewhere if I go and find you. It's not secret if you had a beeper back in the 90s. 1430. It's all Todd. Oh, well, flippin' hustler. That's awesome. 1438. 8675309. Interesting. This is odd because all I'm doing is staring at the chat and talking. And somehow people are watching. It means I love you, infinity. Oh, 1438. That's awesome. Eight 8675309. 86. Absolutely. Jennie, who can I turn to? Okay. I should come up with a reseller song. I should come up with something just for resellers. I don't know. Look at Todd. He's up at 2 a.m. Listen to this. Listen to me dribble on. He's not listening to me. He's chat. You know what this is? Okay. It's not about me. It's about the chat. This is what I'm learning. Anyone could be talking here, and then y'all get to talk to each other. 1 is 4, love 3, you infinity. 1 equals I. Oh, that's cute. 1, 4, 3. I like it. There was an eBay dance challenge last year. Nice. 1, 4, 3, 8. I like that, Todd. That's a really awesome. It's very meaning. Are you did you trademark that? Are you the first person to think of that? I haven't heard of it before. There was an eBay do you You know what I find the difference? Like when I first joined Poshmark, I felt like different things were selling and selling for more, but that's not true now that I'm into it. You know why? That tricky markdown system that they have. You start marking it down 10%, and then you do an offer to likers, and then it's another 10% sale, and then you do an offer. The next thing you know, your thing's half price sitting on Poshmark, and it's full price on eBay. So just today, I sold something on eBay for $60 that I had priced at I think it was down on Poshmark to about $14. I'm not even kidding. And the thing I like and don't like about Poshmark is that they keep incentivizing you to put things on sale. So the next thing you know, your items it's down and down and down and down and down, and then it's like $10. So to me, you got to have it in more than one platform. You've just got to. It was pretty damn. There's a link for you. Buyers wait for this sale offer now. I'm clicking on the link now. 1438 Breakfast Club. Teespring. Wow, for $14.38. That's pretty much a bargain. Oh, and you have a mug and an iPhone case. Very cool. And a sticker. 1438. Okay, so this is from the Breakfast Club? Is that where this originated? Yeah, it's a very different trend and treasures. Okay. It's a very different model, and you can get caught up in the markdowns. Not that I mind in the sense that I'm moving product, but I mind because I lose track. Good for you for declining for $1. Yeah, I sometimes I've learned that you just have to stand your ground or just decline. Users used pages back then. Okay. Oh, that's right. Wait a minute. That's right, because the number they would create words by I'm that old per pagers. That's right. You're absolutely right. Okay, that's very cool. Yeah, the markdown on Poshmark is if you don't watch what you're doing, you've reduced it to free by the time, you know. I sold something for $5, which means I made $1, I think. Yeah, but it's okay because I bought it at the bins and it was 5 cents. I bought the cheapest thing I've sold on Poshmark was a Free People dust bag that didn't weigh. It was air basically. So if I paid a penny and I sold it for 5, which means I got 3, so I made $3. So I made money on it, but you know that's very interesting. I never had one, but my bottom line is 21 with shipping discount, and that's me 50. Oh, that's really cool that you figured it out. Okay, that's a really good to know. I play hardball. Good for you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with standing your ground. I mean, I've had all kinds of odd offers on Poshmark and super odd offers on eBay. And in the end, though, I'm not going to do anything that would in any way damage my account. People I have found on eBay ask for you to do all kinds of crazy things, and we always say no. I mean, Um, and this whole thing, I've even had people on Poshmark ask me if I would take PayPal, if I'm on other platforms. And I think it's because either there's a coupon going on or because it's not final sale on other platforms. But people will ask you all kinds of things. I turned away a $1,200 sale. Now listen to this. I turned away a $1,200 sale on someone who had seen my item on Poshmark and then wanted to know if it was on another platform, if it was on eBay. So I said yes. So then they contacted me on eBay thinking they're going to get it for even less. And of course, I didn't offer it to them for less. And then they wanted to do all kinds of crazy things with the invoice. And can you bill me 2 different invoices and all kinds of stuff. And I asked them if I took this lower price at $1,200 that they would need to pay shipping toward the shipping of $15. And they said, oh, I just don't have it in my budget to do that. I said, okay, fine, $1,200. But then they wanted me to do 2 invoices at $600 each. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, I can't do 2 invoices for one sale. She goes, oh no, I've had other people do it. And then in the end, I call eBay and they say, you can't do that. And so I called the person. I emailed the person. I said, look, I've talked to eBay and, I can't, it's 1 invoice per item because I'm not covered. And I said, so I'm not going to do this. As a matter of fact, you're too risky. And so I'm not going to sell to you. And so I took the item down from Poshmark and down from eBay. And then they wrote me one of these, nasty grams. Oh, you're the worst seller I've ever seen, blah, 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 blah. And the bottom line is what they were doing is that eBay had a coupon out and it's 15% off up to $100. So what they were trying to do is to get $180 or $190 credit from eBay by using 2 coupons instead of 1 on the $1,200 item. So I found this fascinating that they wanted to get me down on my price because they didn't have any money. And then they didn't want to pay shipping of $15. And then they wanted me to use these to do it up so they could use coupons so that they could benefit of $180. I'm like, really? I'm going to risk my account so you can save $180 instead of giving that money to me or even paying for shipping for $15. I was like, you must be joking. So yeah, I walked away from $1,200 sale. I have no problem doing that because it was the Balenciaga shearling wrap that I sell. As a matter of fact, I will show you what it is. Let's go look. Hold on. I'll be right back. So here we go. This is a sale I did not take for this. This is the one Rihanna wore at the Summer Fur edition for Vogue. I have it in white as well. So new, these things are $2,500 new. And Balenciaga reintroduced them this year at $2,700. So they're $2,750. And this woman, Rihanna, the singer. And so she wanted it for $1,200 and free shipping and to be invoiced twice so she could save $200 and me save nothing. Anyway, so I said no. And, I sell really high ticket items like that. And it's very specific. Very few people want this or even care about it. This is for a photo shoot or a video. I mean, this is not for normal, obviously kind of normal wear and tear, but normal wear. But I just walked away. What are you gonna do? I'm not gonna give my scarf to someone and not be protected. Why would I do that? Yeah, exactly. I would have tried to return because I told them it would be final sale. if they, if I took a discount and all that. So anyway, I have sold this for full price to someone. I sold it to a stylist when I had it out for sale for $2,500 when I first got it in. So I know it sells for $2,500. I know on the Real it sells for $2,000. I know that they reintroduced it at $2,750. So I've had a lot of low offers, but I keep holding out for the right person. I get offers of $1,000 and $800 all the time. But I did pay for these, and I paid a lot of money for these. I didn't pay full price, but I paid a lot of, I paid over $1,000 for this. So I can't sell it and not make money on it, right? So I'm just waiting for the right person. Standing my ground. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, have y'all, did y'all read that book, Girl Boss? And have you seen the Netflix series, anybody? The lady who founded Nasty Gal? One of my most inspiring, I'm the most inspired by her story. I loved it. Now, the Netflix story was a disappointment because they were not focused on her as a reseller. They were focused on appealing to 20-year-olds who want to watch a young girl, grow up, right? I wanted so badly to have them talk more about technically what she did. And so the series, you get a lot of it, but the book is so much better. So if you haven't read the book, I highly recommend it because it tells all her strategies are really spelled out. But I binge watched the series when it first came out, and then I rewatched it recently. And it's great. Girl got some balls. She's just awesome. Just awesome. But I think an audiobook would be great if they have one. It is really good. You can also, when I read a lot in New York, it was instead of drive time, it was subway time. And I would just download the book onto my phone and read books there as I was in the subway. I found that was a really good way to do it. So that might work for you. No time to read, but plenty of time to watch me breathe into the microphone here on YouTube. So is it just me, or is part of the appeal of this is the chatting, right? The live chat really is kind of what makes it fun. Isn't that right? To me, this is more fun than just a standard video that's not live, I think. So I'm doing all those things I've seen other people do, like breathe and say nothing into the video. We need to teach you how to do working hangouts. How do you do that? I don't know what that means. What is a working hangout? What is that? Let me know what that is. Multiple people on a hangout. Okay, got it. And then what happens? But you are not on Google Hangouts. Okay. So where are you if you're not on Google? It's another way to do a YouTube live, but you are not on. Okay. Then how do you technically do it? You can have multiple YouTubers on one. Oh yeah, I've seen other people do that. Yeah, somebody has to teach me how to do it because I don't have a clue. Oh, thanks. I'm like in kindergarten here. Soon I'll be in first grade with Hickory Springs by my side. So, yeah, I barely know how to get this live going. I use Safari and it wouldn't even work, so I had to go to Chrome and log in through Chrome because of whatever's going on here. Well, thank you. Thrifty Christie's sending me a smiley face with a tongue stick. That's awesome. Yeah, it'd be fun to see everybody. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. So as soon as someone tells me, count me in, or if someone else is going to do it and I can be included, someone let me know. I'd be happy to do that. That would be fun. Flippin' Hustler show. Okay, I'm clicking on that. Okay. Hold on, I have to copy this because otherwise I'll leave the thing. So let me see what happens. Breakfast Club products. I'm covering you up now. Let me see. That is 5 lessons I learned from Girl Boss. Is that what that is? Is that what you sent me? Hold on. 5 lessons I learned from Girl Boss. That's cool. Yeah, I really like Girl Boss. I mean, she has gone on to do so many good things. Like, it's extraordinary. But her story's really sad. I mean, in the sense that those YouTubers, I mean, not YouTubers, those investors just about killed her company. 5 tips. Thank you. I've been sending too many messages. Take a break. Just do it. Just watch. Right. Eventually. You know, she's doing something really special. Like, I was really sad about her story where the lesson is don't ever take venture capital money because they will ruin your company and fire you. The fact that that happened is just, you know, it's just unbelievable. And but if you think about it, those kinds of companies they look for things to invest in. Like, so they were looking for her, right? They were looking for people or a company like her, right? That they could, you know, make into something better. And she was doing just fine. She was doing just fine on her own before that venture capital money came in and ruined everything, you know, and a lot to be said about keeping it small enough to grow and not being ruined when it by this other stuff. And that part of her story I don't like, but she's a smart girl. She's now building her Girl Boss brand and having these conferences all over, and might be something I'll attend at some point. Have any of y'all ever done a posh hangout? Not a hangout, but tried to organize one of those posh things in your community? Because I'm thinking about organizing one here in Pasadena. A posh party, I think it's called. Eventually. All right, so I've been on for 2 hours and 22 minutes, and poor Todd is about to go to sleep over here. Around me is nothing but farmers. Okay. So I'm going to end the chat, and this has been so much fun, and I thank all of you for joining me on my first live hangout on eBay, and I will save the video and share it, even though it's way too long for anyone to watch all the way through. I will do that, and just want to thank all of you for being here. I really appreciate it. I will look up all of you and see about following you if you've got YouTube channels, and following you back on Instagram. And I really appreciate your support. And it's nice meeting all of you. And good night to everyone. And look forward to doing this again. One last question for Todd. I want to know, Mr. Flippin' Hustler, if you do this kind of thing every night. Thank you. Or like just a few times a week. And when should I do this again? What do you think? When you Flippin' Hustler, you tell me when I should do this again. He does it all the time. Okay. All right, dude. I guess then I'll do it again. I'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Appreciate you looking at my videos and listening to me ramble on. And it's very fun, and I love the support in the community. So thank you so much. Till the next time. Good night from Pasadena. Jennie Walker with JennieGirl's Closet.